Hi, my name is Scott Killen and I am the Employer Liaison Manager for the School of Computing at Edinburgh Napier University. My presentation today is on graduate apprenticeships for employers, more specifically in IT. The aim of the presentation is to give you as an employer an overview of what are graduate apprenticeships, the eligibility both from an employer and an apprentice perspective, the courses we have available, how they're delivered, how they can be of benefit to your business, and how you can get involved as an employer. So first of all, what are graduate apprenticeships? Graduate apprenticeships offer employers the opportunity to enrol participants into fully funded degree training opportunities up to honours degree level at participating Scottish universities. They support the learning and development of new and existing employees. So employers can either recruit and develop top talent or upskill existing staff members who might be deserving of an opportunity for career development, or there's a need in your business for a certain skill set that is not yet available within a certain department. Primarily, they are offered in sectors that have a need for highly skilled jobs. These areas include IT, engineering, and business. I will be primarily covering the IT courses today. So the way in which we work, I will detail this later on in the presentation, is that apprentices work full-time and also simultaneously study at university. So they spend 80% of their time in work and approximately 20% of their time learning and studying and developing new skills in university that align with their degree. And work that your employees do will count towards their qualification. So this is where there's also a key difference between a traditional on-campus degree versus a graduate apprenticeship. Some of the theoretical modules are replaced with work-based learning, and tasks and projects that your apprentice do will actually count towards their degree qualification. So right throughout the apprenticeship, they're actually making a contribution to your business. So who's eligible to join a graduate apprenticeship? Applicants must be over 16 years old, but there's no upper age limit. Edinburgh Napier University has welcomed people onto our graduate apprenticeship programme from age ranges of 16 to 54. So there's quite a large and diverse group of people who join these programs and take advantage of the fully funded training. The employee must live and work in Scotland. At the time of registration, we will ask for a proof of residency from the apprentice, and we will also look for authorization on the employer premises as well. They can travel for work, but their primary work location has to be in Scotland. Entry requirements are flexible and work experience does count. So if you want to either recruit a new apprentice or enroll an existing staff member, you can recruit somebody that has qualifications from school, college, or a modern apprenticeship to enroll onto a graduate apprenticeship. But we often accept applicants who are entering based on work experience as well. So if they have, for example, 2-3 years experience in a relevant role, they can submit an application and the subject lead will, in most cases, if the role is relevant, allow them onto the university course. The job role must align with the chosen degree subject. So this probably follows on from the point that I was making earlier, in that the applicant must be in an industry relevant role and there must be development opportunities for them to progress in the role. This graduate apprenticeship program needs to benefit the apprentice and the employer. So the apprentice needs to increase their skills and get a degree that is going to benefit their career. And similar to that, you as the employer need to benefit from the increased knowledge and training that they bring to your business. And no learning can be repeated. Now, what I mean by that is that on application, an apprentice can apply if they have a previous degree in a different subject area, but not if they have a degree in the same subject area. So, example, if somebody has a degree in engineering and wants to apply to do cybersecurity, there's no problem with that. If they have a previous degree in engineering and they want to apply for a course in engineering, they will not be able to join the course unless they join at a point that is a higher level of learning. So if they have an HND, they can join the course in the same subject area, but it would have to be at a more advanced level of entry. So what are the benefits for you as an employer? This one I've covered already, but it's always useful to cover it again because it is probably the main benefit from this course. They are fully funded degree training programs. There is no cost to the employer. There is no cost to the apprentice for the entire duration of the course. All the learning costs are covered. If you're recruiting a new staff member, you do need to cover the salary. Salary ranges, I'm happy to open up a further discussion with you on that if you're interested in recruiting a new staff member as part of an apprenticeship. You can recruit and retain top talent. So if you're looking to run this as a mechanism for recruitment, you can get the best people at the earliest stage of their career and grow your own talent pipeline. You can also retain existing staff members. That also applies to people that you recruit. Apprentices tend to be loyal to their employer that supported them through the degree. But if you're looking to keep an existing staff member who is perhaps a star performer in your organization, or they're looking for career development opportunities that might not otherwise be available, you can offer them a graduate apprenticeship as a structured way of developing their career. New skills and knowledge can come into your business because of this. Graduate apprenticeships are offered in areas where typically the skill sets are difficult to recruit for, and you can bring in an apprentice that will be constantly training, constantly learning new skills, and bringing that back into the business as they develop further and further into their role. The university is also very much on the pulse of what is new and developing in industry, so their course will remain fluid and up to date along with industry trends. As well as graduate apprenticeships, you can utilize these programs to develop further university links. Once you're a partner with us in graduate apprenticeships, we will look to offer you as many opportunities as possible to get involved in our work-based learning, graduate talent, and other ways in which you can get involved in the university. And of course, the work-based learning. So I did cover this at the start of the presentation, but one of the key things with a graduate apprenticeship is that the apprentices are doing work that is counting towards their degree. Now, with that work-based learning, it's not the university that directs that, it's actually you that directs the work-based learning as the employer. You create the objectives, we turn that into a module, and the apprentice is assessed on their reflective learning techniques, and then they can get academic credits for tasks that you're giving them in the workplace. The graduate apprenticeships that we have available in the School of Computing at Edinburgh Napier University. We have a total of 4 available, and we've been running these now for some time successfully. Firstly, we have our BSc Honours in IT Management for Business. So this graduate apprenticeship is designed to equip apprentices with key skills and technical aspects of computing, such as networking, programming, and databases. This encompasses around 30 to 35% of the degree and is primarily taught in the early stages of the programme. Moving on to the latter stages of the programme, apprentices will learn key business and project management skills while developing their problem solving and communicative ability. Our BSc Honours in Software Development. So apprentices will gain an enhanced knowledge and understanding of software development and the broader computing discipline. So this graduate apprenticeship has a very strong focus, of course, on the software development aspects of computing, combining both theory and practice. Our BEng honours in cybersecurity. So with this graduate apprenticeship, we're the only university in Edinburgh that offers this graduate apprenticeship programme. So this allows apprentices to gain an enhanced knowledge of cybersecurity and develop the skills to adapt to challenging situations across a global computing infrastructure. We have a very well established cybersecurity facilities in the school and top class academics who are constantly developing this program, and it is genuinely one of the top cybersecurity degrees in Scotland. Our newest program, which we've been running for just a year, is our BSc Honours in Data Science. Now, quite interestingly, data science is a very new and emerging subject area as an undergraduate degree. Traditionally, students would go through a computer science degree and then do a master's in data science. But now we're offering an undergraduate course in data science, and it's actually the first undergraduate degree that the university as a whole has offered in data science, and I'm very delighted to say that it is in a graduate apprenticeship. So the main aim for this course is for apprentices to gain a fundamental grounding and understanding of software development before going on to specialising in this emerging field of data science. The delivery model for all 4 of our computing graduate apprenticeships remains consistent across the board, allowing you as the employer to enrol apprentices across multiple computing programs if you wish, and the study pattern, assessment and delivery will remain the same for all of the apprentices across multiple programs. The apprenticeships commence annually in September at the same time as our traditional on-campus degrees start. The courses are delivered on a day release basis, and rather than them being contained within the traditional September to May university timetable, we stretch the teaching throughout the full calendar year, meaning that we can deliver the same number of modules within a calendar year on a graduate apprenticeship as would a traditional on-campus course. Now, the way that day release program looks is that apprentices will attend university 1 day a week in years 1 and 2. For our computing courses, that's a Thursday in year 1 and a Tuesday in year 2. The study pattern reflects a business day, 9 till 5:30 with an hour for lunch. In year 3 and 4, the apprentices become much more independent learners, and the emphasis on work-based learning significantly increases, meaning that their on-campus time reduces to 1 day a month, and the rest of that 20% of their study time is allocated to work-based learning and blended learning. Now, what I mean by blended learning is that apprentices will study lecture materials online and then come into university to do the practical component of that in an intensive day in university in years 3 and 4. It is important that they're still given that time because their study hours don't decrease. It's just the time in which they're in university decreases. In terms of assessments, there's no exams in year 1. There are some exams as they continue the program, but with a graduate apprenticeship, we need to make sure that that is aligned with the balance of work and study. So we do ask that they do practical assignments, exams, group projects, work-based learning. There's a lot of variety in the ways in which they're assessed, which not only tests their theoretical knowledge, but also their soft skills. In order for a graduate apprenticeship to be successful, there needs to be a strong tripartite relationship between the employer, the apprentice, and the university. The makeup of this relationship is going to vary greatly between businesses. We work with micro SMEs and multinational organizations. This relationship will not look the same in all of them, but we've designed it to be adaptable to any business. So the employer needs to provide relevant job duties. They need to provide a workplace mentor that is going to look after the apprentice on a day-to-day basis, ensure that they are okay from a work perspective, a progression perspective, and a well-being perspective in the workplace. They'll also meet with the university 3 times a year to discuss progress, agree targets, and address any concerns. As the employer, you also need to ensure that there is relevant career progression that aligns with their increased knowledge and skills as they develop through the degree. From the apprentice side, they need to make sure that they're turning up to classes and also undertaking a reasonable amount of study at home. They're not going to get by simply turning up to classes and not doing anything outside of work and university time. They need to undertake maybe an evening or 2 a week, for example, of studying at home and making sure that they remain on top of their studies. Time management is essential to that. Now, we offer a lot of support and advice on time management right from the start of their course, but apprentices are balancing work, study, and their life balance as well. There is an adjustment to that, so the quicker they adapt to that, the better. From the university side of things, we teach the classes. We provide various levels of support for the apprentice from their studies in university to their link to work, as well as their well-being. We also have dedicated contacts for them in relation to linking university with the employer and to their university studies and facilities alone. We also have dedicated work-based learning assessors that will look to link their work-based learning as best as possible with your practices. So why choose Edinburgh Napier University as your preferred graduate apprenticeship learning partner? As well as being one of the most established graduate apprenticeship providers in Scotland, we also come from a long-standing background of providing excellent work-based learning opportunities for our on-campus students, making them some of the most industry-ready graduates in Scotland. Specific to you as to why you should choose us for graduate apprenticeships, we offer a very hands-on level of support during the recruitment and selection process. I'm available as the dedicated contact from the university throughout that entire process, answering any questions you may have, ensuring that you have confidence in either recruiting new staff members or enrolling existing employees. For existing employees, we have a structured application process that we take all parties through to ensure that they are ready and suitable for the program. We offer help from the recruitment perspective and putting your job description together, advertising your role in the right places, ensuring your role is promoted to local schools and colleges. We can also offer interview support from sitting on an interview panel to answer the university-led questions, as well as running and hosting assessment centres for you. From the employer perspective, we want to ensure that not only you're supported through the recruitment phase, but also on an ongoing capacity as well. With your nominated workplace mentor, we'll offer them an induction workshop, we'll offer them a comprehensive mentor guide, we'll offer them the opportunity to join mentor community groups with people from other organizations to ensure that they are understanding of best practice. We'll offer you progress reports, attendance monitoring to ensure that your apprentices are on track and doing the best that they can and are supported as much as they can be. And we'll also offer you strong collaboration on work-based learning practices. You provide a direction on work-based learning. That's vital to the success of this program. As well as the support for you, as important as that is the apprentice. Now, we support them with dedicated contacts with swift response times. These are contacts that are aligned to their university study alone, and also ones that will link their study with their work. So as well as the academics that are there, we have people that will be there solely to communicate and update the apprentices as and when necessary. Right from the start of the program, we will offer advice on studying, writing, presenting, that's available throughout and is particularly important for apprentices who are joining the program after a long period out of study. And we also offer first-class study spaces, online facilities. Apprentices have as much access to our facilities as any on-campus student. If you would like to explore a bit more into what facilities we have available, our School of Computing is based at our Merchiston campus, which includes a 500 PC computing centre and a library with individual and group study spaces, which are open 24 hours a day from September to May and on long hours during the summer. So before concluding, I wanted to answer some common questions that I receive from employers. How long does it take to complete a graduate apprenticeship? It takes a maximum of 4 years if the apprentice starts in year 1, although we do offer direct entry into year 2 for apprentices that have suitable qualifications and experience. Is a graduate apprenticeship the same qualification as a traditional degree? Yes. Our graduate apprentices will graduate with a bachelor's with honours degree. They will be offered a graduation ceremony at the Edinburgh Napier Hall. What salary should I offer if I recruit a new graduate apprentice? Now, this is a very common question, but it's not an easy one to answer, and it is ultimately at your discretion, although Skills Development Scotland recommend at least the national living wage for somebody even who starts in year 1. We recommend rewarding progress with salary increases as the apprentice progresses each year and then in turn contributes more to the business. I actually have some research available that we carried out as part of our development of our relationship with employers. I'm welcome to share that research on average salaries with you if you decide to recruit a graduate apprentice in partnership with us. Do graduate apprentices need their own laptop or software? They don't need to own their laptop or software, but it is recommended. You are not obligated to provide them with that as well. Apprentices will be permitted access to university software on personal devices. They can access free laptop loans from us for up to a week. But one of the key things is they will need to have permission to some software platforms in order to complete some modules. We can discuss that as we go on to the course. Are there cost implications if I can no longer employ an apprentice? This is a worst case scenario question, which is not a very pleasant question to answer because it involves things like redundancy, but it does need to be answered, and I do get this question a lot. There are no cost implications for the employer or apprentice if the apprentice leaves the course early for any reason, such as the redundancy issues, or they are unable to continue with the course for any personal reasons on their side. There's no financial penalty. The apprentice can also defer for up to a year if there are any circumstances which change while they're on the degree. Do I need to be an apprenticeship levy payer to undertake a graduate apprenticeship? No. Graduate apprenticeships are available to businesses of any size, including non-levy payers. For those of you who don't know, any businesses paying more than an annual salary bill of £3 million will contribute 0.5% of that into an apprenticeship levy pot. That is used to fund apprenticeship programs. In England, employers can recoup that money directly through a digital voucher scheme. In Scotland, that money is given in a block grant to Skills Development Scotland, who develop programs based on industry needs, including graduate apprenticeships. Thank you for taking the time to go through my presentation today. If you have any further questions or you're interested in discussing our graduate apprenticeships further, you can contact me on the email address shown, s.killen@napier.ac.uk, or for more information, you can visit our website, napier.ac.uk/apprenticeship.